What should you study to become a cabin crew? To secure yourself a job at 40,000 feet and build up a successful career in the aviation industry? This is the question that many candidates have been asking me on my Instagram account, excrewnextcrew, and throughout our interactions during the live sessions that are frequently happening there. And I took the time to answer it in a separate video. I will be telling to you in this video what are all the university degrees or master degrees that I believe are relevant to the cabin crew role that will open many doors for you later on. Therefore, you also might want to click the subscribe button for the many videos that are coming, and let's start. My name is Julia George. I was flying for Qatar Airways for 10 years, where I have resigned from my last work position as a cabin service director. I am currently studying Aviation Management Master Program at Wildau Institute of Applied Science in Berlin. Meantime, I work as a Snore Lab assistant at Helios Clinic in Schwerin, over here in Germany, where I live. You want to be a cabin crew and you want to use this time while your favorite airline starts recruiting to gain a degree. You're somehow confused and you don't know what simply you should choose, as there's a lot of options out there available. But before we start, I just want to share that all the suggestions I'm going to speak about are equally relevant to any level of your future education that you want to take. What do I mean when I say this? If you are, let's say, someone who has graduated from high school, the 12th grade, then you are looking for a bachelor degree. And if you're already having the bachelor degree, perhaps you are a candidate who's thinking of pursuing a master degree, just like I do it right now at the moment. Whatever the case that is, the majors or the topics that I will suggest to you are certainly something that can help you to enroll, to stay, and most importantly, to build up a successful career in the aviation industry. If we go back a little bit and speak about the non-negotiable rules and regulations that we talk a lot, for becoming a cabin crew for most of the commercial airlines, in almost all of them, you will actually observe that they have stated that they are requesting the candidates to have a minimum of a high school degree diploma, right? And that's the minimum. No one has stated the maximum. And that is correct. However, if we think about the bigger picture, we will come to a different conclusion. Applying for a cabin crew, it is a very competitive process. Now, taking into consideration the fact, if you have participated in any open day, and if you observe and see, there are a lot of candidates out there who have already completed college classes or have an associate and or a bachelor degree. We will definitely come to a conclusion that the airlines or the airline you're applying for would certainly be focused on the ones who have displayed that they are beyond the airline's expectations. And in this case, what is beyond the airline's expectation? They have a higher degree than the minimum one that is required. Candidates that have gained a degree are certainly step forward in terms of skills and knowledge. We must make a clear distinction when we talk about this. I'm very sure that just like me, most of you, and watching this video, if you think about your life and your career as a cabin crew, serving tea, coffee at 40,000 feet, gaining all that experience, all that amazing experience, you want to build up a career that will be a long-lasting, maybe not certainly in the aviation industry, depends on how you're looking the aviation industry when it comes to your personal career development. Now think about your life ambition for a moment. And before I jump to the topic, there will be few questions that I will pop up over here, which I would like you to consider and consider the relevant answers. Now, one of the questions that I would like to ask you over here, and I would like you to ask yourself is, do you want to be a cabin crew forever? If that is your goal, to be a cabin crew forever, then that's perfectly fine. However, working as a cabin crew is one of the best travel jobs, and probably most of you watching this video wouldn't want that forever. As I have said, if you do, then that's totally fine. On an average base, most of the people worldwide, I'm speaking, would have 3 careers in their life. So the chances of working as a cabin crew will be, let's say, one story, unless you're a doctor or an engineer or someone who would completely dedicate their life to one of the careers that would choose. In this case, I'm finding myself with someone who has already 3 careers. First career was a criminologist, second one was a cabin crew, and the third one a future aviation management specialist. Now, doing a degree will keep your options open and will definitely straighten that future career path, whatever that you would choose to be. Another question that I want to ask you over here is, do you want to increase your chances for future promotion? Please bear in mind that many managerial level jobs in the aviation industry now require candidates to have graduated, to have a bachelor degree, or even some managerial positions are asking candidates or are asking employees to have a master degree. Now, while you might secure, or I'm not saying you might, you will for sure be able to secure a job as a cabin crew if you are subscribed on my YouTube channel over here and you have implemented each and everything that I speak about and I represent about the cabin crew role. That's for sure. But what happens if you want to be promoted to a business manager in some sector for the airline that you're working for, but you just simply cannot do that because you are underqualified and you are someone who has only graduated high school degree and has become a cabin crew for the airline that you dreamed of. Now, I've seen that happen, ladies and gentlemen. I have seen cabin crew having years of worth and valuable experience, but they simply, because they have not ticked the degree box, they are not promoted and they have stayed in the cabin crew role for quite some time. They're therefore not eligible for promotions and they're not given the same opportunities as they're often younger and less experienced cabin crew that are currently flying with them. I have also seen that. I have seen people flying for 15, 20 years and have not gotten any managerial position, unlike somebody who has flown for 5 or 10 years and already has a managerial position just because they're, as I have said, they have ticked in that degree box and they're fulfilling the criteria. Now, having a degree will definitely allow you to remain competitive in the workplace, in the airline where you will be working for. And that will be applicable if you choose to stay within the same company, or you perhaps decided that you want to change the airline and you want to work for some other airline. I will pop up a very funny question right now, but I do believe it's relevant and I would like you to seriously think about it, not to think to the question, but to, consider the possibility perhaps. Do you want to have children? This was not the case for me when I started flying. I was not even thinking about this question. I was not even thinking about having children. However, life is so unpredictable and it takes you to totally different paths because on the way of your career development, you also grow emotionally, you get more mature, and certain questions are popping up, such as the one, do I want to have children? Now, I will go to the answer to the question that I believe for me was relevant. Having children will change your perspective on a lot of things in life. Please trust me, I'm a mom of a toddler. I'm running around and perhaps at one point I'm thinking to also have another child, but that's in future. But at the same point, you might wanna once you think of having children, you might also will start thinking of settling down, getting, let's say, a grounded job, allowing you to be there with your kids, to cook dinner for them, to enjoy, to read their bedtime story and stuff like that. Well, if you're a cabin crew and if you're flying, these things will not be so easily manageable for you. That's why I have popped up the question of, do you want to have kids? Because this is also something that you're supposed to consider. While you can continue working as a cabin crew after having children, that's not a problem. Many of the current crew or many parents, they choose not to. And this was the case with me when I decided to have kids. Because I got married, I was flying, and when we decided to have children, I choose not to fly. Now, having a degree will keep your options open to many new opportunities when this time arises. And now you most probably would ask me, you had a degree, but what happened? Yes, I've had a degree, but my degree was not related to the customer service, to the cabin crew role. That's why I decided that I will invest 2 years of my time to build up my degree to the relevant, one of the relevant topics that I will mention later on. And I'm currently studying aviation management master program in order to open that new opportunities which I believe they're available over here. Now I will come to a very important aspect, and I have seen that many candidates simply just don't have this. But are you someone who thinks of developing critical thinking? Are you somebody who wants to enhance your global knowledge, to enhance that analytical skills of yours? I would sincerely ask you to please ask this question for yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, there are so many benefits of getting a degree or doing a degree. Not only that your degree will help you to become a cabin crew, or before you become a cabin crew, getting a degree will facilitate the process, but will also increase the job prospects and also the earning potential. Your personal earning potential in the future will provide you with enhanced analytical and with enhanced thinking skills, which was the question that I have popped up previously. People who have done a degree or who have graduated university, they tend to be more objective. They tend to be more considerate to aspects such as, let's say, environment, culture. They're more aware about the surroundings and where they are. They tend to have better understanding of the potential issues and of everything that is happening globally. And therefore, for them, will be much easier to answer the cabin crew questions. Most of the time, people who have a high school degree will be very keen on learning the answers for the cabin crew questions, and they never make it. It's for the simple reason, the aspect of critical thinking, it's missing, the skills are missing. Therefore, gaining a degree and thinking of gaining a degree is something that I fully support. People who have a degree, they tend to be better at waiting up on an argument or bringing up a decision. Remember the decision making process we spoke about a lot. They will be able to use their analytical skills, research skills, and will be able to bring up logical conclusions to many things that are simply a matter of talk or simply something that they're supposed to deal, such as I have mentioned, the cabin crew questions that they are facing when they go through that cabin crew interview process, but not only that, any interview questions. Now, there are skills that the airline will be looking for, regardless they require you to have a degree or not. In this case, the airlines do not require to have a bachelor degree. They are requiring candidates to have a high school degree. However, these questions or this adaptability you simply must show. Now we come to the answer to the question which I popped up at the beginning of this video, and that was, what should you choose to study? What should be your major to study before you become a cabin crew in order to facilitate that process of becoming a cabin crew? And if you sum up the answers of all the questions that I have asked you previously, or you sum up the thinking process that was there, we will easily come to a conclusion. We would easily find the answer to the question. And also, if we look at the non-negotiable rules and regulations for becoming a cabin crew, we will very much see that those are things not related to having a medical background. They're simply related to fields such as studying human resources, studying customer service or a degree in the customer service, studying about travel and tourism, studying aviation management. This is something that I'm currently studying, and I'm really in love with the aviation management, as I think that it covers up the entire aviation industry, maybe not fully into details, but it's something that I really enjoy, as I have said. Communication and public relations. You might also gain a degree in cabin crew services and hospitality. There is something called management degree in airline and travel tourism or travel management. There is a degree in tourism management. There are a lot of variety of degrees which are related to the hotel management. I have also recently read somewhere that there are also degrees in aviation and hospitality management, which are a combination of two of them. And I find that whatever I have said previously, it's really something that can truly make a super 5-star highlight to your cabin crew CV. I refrain to use the word resume, as whatever you're gonna open the website of Emirates Airlines, Qatar Airways, or Etihad Airways, and especially I'm confirming for Qatar Airways, they would strictly ask you to upload your CV, not your resume. So if they say upload your CV, then that's supposed to be your CV, not your resume. And I have spoken in one of my posts on my Instagram account, excrewnextcrew, that there is a huge difference between a CV and a resume. So ladies and gentlemen, the motivation to study any of the subjects that I have spoke about and I have mentioned to you, the majors, are something that should come within your own personal motivation. Perhaps you are somebody who really hates to do, public relations, and you really don't like communicating with people. This is the time you have to reconsider whether becoming a cabin crew will be the right job for you. However, the motivation and the options are within you and around you. But we have to make certain things clear. To become a cabin crew, the minimum requirement is a high school degree. However, I strongly recommend that you do have a degree before you become a cabin crew. As I have said earlier, having a degree before becoming a cabin crew will widen your future opportunities as well as your way of thinking. Simple as that. And what is more is that you might even enjoy working as a cabin crew and, having that degree and exploring the opportunities around you, which will later on help you to build up a successful career. Please be informed and please have in mind, this is very important, which I'm going to share with you, that these degrees are something that you're supposed to research, you're supposed to explore, and you're supposed to check what are the universities that are at your convenience. I assume that you would want to study somewhere where you live, where it's nearby, you don't have to travel so much. And of course, very important aspect that you're supposed to reconsider is the price. The price for gaining a degree, it should be something that is convenient for you. As we know that most of the education now it's not free, and most of the education is very, very expensive. Another question which comes across and which you will most probably ask me in the comments would be, should you go for online studies or should you go for a full-time attendance? If you're asking me, I would personally choose the full-time attendance or full-time participation. I would not go for the online, although due to Corona and due to the current situation, we have even the entire school systems converted to online. However, my studies are full-time participation. They are not online. They are tailored due to the COVID. And over here in Germany, where I live, there is a clear distinction on that. What do I mean when I say clear distinction? For example, if we are applying, two of us for the same work position, one was a online studies and mine were full-time participation, I would always have the priority. This is why I say there is a distinction on that. However, ladies and gentlemen, the choice on this question is yours. In this video, I was able to suggest for you the majors for your studies. What should you choose when it comes to, your bachelor degree or your master degree, in order to help you to find that subject and that area of interest that you might even never thought of. Thank you very much for watching this video. Last but not least, click the subscribe button for the many videos that are coming, and I'm gonna be seeing you very soon. Bye bye and have a nice day.